You thought I was gonna sit down here and say what to you? I could pay for my own meal, okay? Like, your man doesn't need to pay for me, but he will. So I have this guy friend. I think I want to talk about him today. Okay, so let's call him this guy, my guy friend, Richard, okay? Now, I met Richard when I started to work at this call center. I met him in 2006, I think, 2006? 6 or 7. Anyways, you know, I worked at the call center for maybe like a couple of months before I actually met him. I was transferred to a different department, which is how I met him. Is that how I met him? Oh Lord, I don't even remember how I met this boy. We were just talking about this the other day. Okay, no. What happened was, I became cool with this girl that he was cool with. And it was like a group of friends or whatever. And then I just happened to be one of the additional people that they were cool with. So I remember us planning a bowling night. So we planned it like, so it was like, they planned a bowling night. I got invited, I went. That's how him and I became cool. So after that, I don't know, maybe there was an attraction. Who knows? I mean, I'm awesome. Of course, you gotta love me. So anyways, you know, it came to a point where we always used to hang out. Now, he had a girlfriend. Okay? I was not looking him. I don't know if he was looking me, but I'm awesome. But no, he had a girlfriend, but I think they were on a break. I'm telling you, these guys and them girlfriends and these breaks. But I think he was on a break from his girlfriend, whatever. Anyways, we were friends. So after, and we worked at the same place. Now, you see how these office affairs happen? I didn't have one, by the way, okay? I'm wholesome. So we always used to hang out. So after work, it would be like, so what are we eating today? Where are we going today? So he used to take me to these different island restaurants because I was, you know, I wanted island food or whatever. So he used to take me all around the city, different places. We went playing, watching. We did a bunch of stuff together. Like, we were friends. You know what I mean? But whatever. So he wasn't, like, you could tell he wasn't happy, and he was in his relationship for a very long time, and I do believe that neither of them were happy. I mean, right now, I don't like that girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend, whatever. I'm very protective of him, okay? Whatever. So he always used to come to work miserable and angry, and sometimes we would have conversations because they lived together, right? So we would have conversations, and I'm just like, so why don't you just move out? But it was, I don't get into relationship issues, people's issues, but it was one of those situations where he couldn't just get up and leave right away. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, so let's call his, well, not let's call, but I called her Myrtle Beach, okay? That's the name I dubbed her. I give people nicknames, and that was her nickname, okay? Myrtle Beach, whatever. Anyways, so we used to do a lot of stuff together. We became king and queen of Walmart, okay? Now, if you know me, you'd know who I'm talking about, but if you don't, none of your business. You know, we became really, really good friends. Like, I got him to get out of his shell because he was very self-conscious about a lot of things. I mean, I have insecurities too, but I got him to just free up, and because I'm crazy, come on. So we used to go to these soca parties. He was one of my soca people. We used to rent cars just to go because he used to drive. He taught me how to drive. I drove my first car in Canada because he taught me in a parking lot how to drive his Jeep. I love that Jeep. Me and that Jeep have history, okay? He became like a confidant for me. Now, don't get me wrong. Y'all might be saying maybe they had some fling or whatever. It's none of your business. All you need to know, okay, is that we are very good friends today. I'll smack people for him. And he would do the same. I don't know. I remember it was always me and him, and then people used to come on. So at one point, we started as a twosome, then we ended up a threesome, then we ended up like a fivesome. Like people just kept coming on, but they always kept falling off, and it was always me and him. And I do know at one point in our relationship, I guess when him and Myrtle Beach were trying to like make it work, he kind of, you know, he kept his distance. I mean, he could only do that for so long, because I'm me, like, whatever. How you gonna keep your distance from me? I'm awesome. So anyways, I just know that I didn't hear from him for a little while, and then all of a sudden, you know, I hear from him. I still did my random checks or whatever, but all of a sudden I hear from him, and he's like, him and Myrtle Beach broke up. I was not surprised. But the reason why they broke up, dear Lord. She's out here worrying that he's having outside relations with people like myself, and she out there doing the most. Okay? Whatever. Y'all need to stop, okay? I'm legit a friend, okay? I'm a friend. I don't want your man. So I remember, like, I'm his confidant as well, even though, you know, sometimes he doesn't like to open up, which I seem to have a problem with between my friends, like him and my girl, Message. But she does open up now. But whatever, he opens up too. I'm just too open. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, so I remember, like, listen, the things that we used to do, guys, when he had his truck and then he didn't have his truck anymore, we still roamed the streets of Toronto, okay? We did. We would walk and we would talk. We would just get into a whole bunch of stuff. And it's kind of like, you know, when people say, well, when you don't have a car, you get to do the most. No, you choose to do the most. Because what are you going to do? You know, we used to go downtown. We used to, man, listen, we used to walk a strip that is like half an hour from either of us. And we just walk and talk about nothing, laugh. I mean, I would talk. I told him about Dave and Ricky. Look at my face. I tell everybody about them two boys. But no, so Richard and I have this relationship where I always know when something's going on with him, and I always know when he gets a girlfriend. Girlfriend. Listen, he had Myrtle Beach, right? And then, along with Myrtle Beach, he had some teacher chick, right? I didn't like her. She was boring. But the reason why I really didn't like the teacher chick was because she wasn't being honest with who she was, you know? She wanted one thing, and he made it clear. Since the day I met him, he made it very clear the things that he does not want. So everything else is up for discussion, but this specific thing, he don't want that. You know what I mean? So she thought that, you know, over time together it will change. No. Have you met Richard? He's stubborn. So anyways, so it was Myrtle Beach, it was teacher, and then it was this little psychotic girl, and there was Tink. Oh my gosh, let's not forget, I'm gonna tell you a story about Tink. But anyways, the psychotic girl, I met her when I was going through my breakup with a guy. I'll tell you about him later. Richard invited me out to eat dinner with him and this girl, you know, because he wanted me to meet her. That's what it was. He wanted me to meet her. So he's like, you know what, I know you're going through what you're going through, just come on out. Like, come on out and, you know, have some good food. Now you gotta understand that I'm not used to seeing him with other women, right? So see my face. So, you know, I'm like, okay. And I got there a little late because I had other things going on, man. Like, what you want? So I got there a little late, right? As soon as I walked into this establishment, this fine establishment, I seen this girl's face all screwed up, and her body language just said she had a problem with me. So you already know. Okay? So from that, I was just like, man, she ain't my cup of tea. So for the whole time we're sitting down there, she's all snugged up onto him. I guess you want to let me know that that's your man, but do you know that we still go to Walmart? Like, I don't care if it's your man. He's my friend. So I'm still going to go out with him. You just not going to come. Because you are rude. So anyways, that whole night, she was trying to I think she's a therapist. She's something, whatever. She was trying to psychoanalyze me, and I'm like, no, don't do that. Like, what you trying to find out? Like, do you even see yourself? Do you psychoanalyze yourself? No, ma'am. So don't look at me. So it was just a whole thing where, it made me uncomfortable. I mean, to be honest with you, I was going through a breakup at that time. And her behavior to me was just, you know. So here's the joke now. The bill comes, right? I just told my friend about this the other day because him and I we were used to going out with each other. One person either pays, and then the next time the other one pays, or we split the bill, or one person just covers it and forgets about it. You get what I'm saying? This is how we normally do. So now, the bill comes, or the guy says, do you want the bill? She jumps up, yes, can we have separate bills? I looked at her, I'm like, okay. He was uncomfortable because now he's caught in between his girl and his friend. I'm his best friend. So, he's kind of like, so what are we going to do? And I said, no, it's okay. I didn't have any alcohol. I said one thing. I'll pay for my one thing. Thanks. And she looked at me and she was like, I was like, what you thought? You thought I was going to sit down here and say what to you? I could pay for my own meal, okay? Like, your man doesn't need to pay for me, but he will. Okay. Yeah, I didn't like her. I really didn't. Listen, I went to his sister's house. And I said, listen, he has this girlfriend that I don't like. I don't like her. And she was laughing. She was like, well, you know, he has to have girlfriends. You guys are friends. I was like, no, not her. Someone else. But what I wanted to say about our friendship was, this is how our friendship is. Like, we talk to each other. You know what I mean? We talk, we laugh about our experiences with lovers, with friends, with whatever, you know what I mean? And he makes me see things from a different point of view, and I make him see things from a different point of view, even though he's stubborn. When I tell you this man is stubborn, he's completely stubborn. Like, so like, I really don't, he's never met any of my boyfriends, and guess what? I only had one. There's a second one, but I mean, if we're gonna keep it real, one. But if you want to say, but what about this one? Two. That's it. My entire life. Two. One I consider, the other one I don't really care about. But anyways, you'll get stories. But he's a really good friend of mine. Like, he really is. Like, I adore him so much, which is why I'm very protective of him. The same way I'm protective of my female best friend, I'm protective of him. You know, because we've been through a lot. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't just have he ha ha moments. Sometimes we fight. We fight all the time. You get what I'm saying? But we just have really good, like, sometimes, like, whenever he's going through his stuff, I just leave him. You know, I leave him be, and then I be all me. I give him full-blown me, and then he comes out of his shell. Red Lobster is our thing. Along with Walmart, okay? But yeah, this is gonna be short and sweet because I adore him. Like, I really do love him. I care about him a lot, And I think it's healthy. You can have a healthy relationship with a male. I think so. I don't know about you, but I do. He's one of the guys that I go to if I want to bounce a thought off of, you know what I mean? Sometimes he doesn't want to tell me the full truth because he thinks that he might offend me, and then I have to, like, just tell me. Even if I get mad, just tell me, like, you know. The other day I was by him and I'm like, yo, if I'm talking too much, just tell me to shut up. Listen. Okay. I'm so crazy.